Breaking news from Barcelona and Manchester United. The transfer market is about to explode as Barcelona officially enter the race for Harry Kane, and reports confirm they're ready to trigger his £57 million release clause. Bayern Munich, Manchester United and Barcelona are now locked in a three-way battle that could reshape European football. In today's video we break down everything you need to know, from Barcelona's plan to replace Lewandowski, Manchester United's urgent search for a world-class number 9, and the full story behind Kane's future. Plus, we dive into Pedri's latest interview where he reveals his favorite La Masia youngster, the one player he dreams of signing, and why Casado's unbelievable commitment is impressing Hansi Flick. Stay tuned, huge Barça and United news is coming up. Barcelona eyeing Manchester United target, ready to trigger £57 million release clause. Barcelona are ready to trigger the £57 million release clause of Manchester United target Harry Kane. Manchester United enter the discussion again as talk grows around Harry Kane's future, and the situation gains fresh attention because reports now link the striker with a possible exit from Bayern Munich in the summer. According to The Guardian, Bayern Munich added a £57 million release clause to Harry Kane's contract, and that number now gives any interested club a direct path to sign him once the season ends. Kane continues to dominate in Germany, scoring with the same consistency, sharp movement and killer instinct he showed throughout his Tottenham years. But despite his brilliant form, Bayern suddenly find themselves facing a situation that could completely reshape their attack. So what's the issue? Barcelona have now stepped right into the middle of the story. With Robert Lewandowski's contract approaching its end, the Catalan giants are already planning for the future, and Harry Kane is at the top of their list. Reports indicate that Barça view Kane as the perfect successor and are seriously considering triggering the £57 million clause. However, Manchester United have not disappeared from the conversation. The Red Devils were linked with Kane long before he joined Bayern, and they are still keeping a close eye on the situation. With United eager to bring in a proven goal-scorer to lead their attack, Kane remains a dream option they are quietly monitoring. Pedri chooses the La Masia talent he likes most, names Bayern ace as the player he'd sign for Barcelona. Pedri's injury came as a massive blow to Hansi Flick's plans last month, and he has not featured for the team since El Clasico. His recovery, however, is seemingly going better than expected, and he is not ruled out for Barcelona's first game after the international break, giving the manager a big reason to celebrate. In a way, however, his injury has come as a blessing in disguise, as the player had been overworked to the limit and barely rested over the past year. Now, having 3 weeks off without even being called up for national team duty, he finally has time to catch his breath and rejuvenate. Pedri's rapid fire. Pedri was recently asked to name his favorite player from La Masia in a recent interview on YouTube channel X-Bayer, Hat Tip Sport, and the player appeared to have no doubt in his decision to name young Dro as his pick. The one I like the most is Dro. He is very good, he has a lot of quality and it seems that he does not have a hard time doing things. He was also asked to name his pick if he were allowed to sign one player for the team, to which he responded by naming a Bayern Munich star. A player that I freak out looking at is Jamal Musiala. He is very good. A third quickfire question fired at the midfielder was to name a player who reminded him of himself, to which he named an Elche star who represented the Spain U21 side and trained with Pedri in a session. Rodrigo Mendoza plays in the under-21 and the other day he trained with us. On Barcelona and the UEFA Champions League. The Barcelona midfielder was then asked if he would like to retire at the club, to which he said, "I don't think about it right now, there is still a lot left. But yes, why not? If they don't kick me out," he said jovially. He then made it clear that the UEFA Champions League was a serious target for the dressing room this season. Let's go for the 6th, hopefully. Finally, Pedri was asked to explain the aftermath of last season's shocking semi-final defeat to Inter Milan and how he responded to the heartbreak. The 32-year-old is not that far behind Shearer in the all-time list. Overall, the situation sets up a hectic summer ahead, and the next few months will show whether Kane stays in Germany or considers a move that shifts the balance across Europe. Meanwhile, former United defender Danny Simpson also believes that United would suit the world-class striker more than any other Premier League side. He also believes that Kane's presence would reduce pressure on the young Sesko. The Red Devils also have Vitor Roque in their radar after the Slovenian's injury. So, United are taking the position seriously. Will the Red Devils win the race? Manchester United know exactly what Kane brings to any side, and the prospect of him leading the line in Ruben Amorim's 3-4-2-1 system carries weight because he gives the team a clear option in a role that still troubles the group while Benjamin Sesko takes time to settle. Moreover, Kane links moves together with a calm touch. He drops in to build attacks and he finishes chances with the kind of assurance that lifts players around him, so United would gain structure, chance creation, and a striker who controls games through his natural flow. Furthermore, the Englishman fits a system that values smart movement and clean passing lanes, and he gives a manager freedom to build around a focal point who rarely wastes moments in key areas. Barcelona might turn out to be a big obstacle. Even so, Barcelona's interest adds a new dimension, because the Catalan club views him as a ready replacement for Lewandowski, and Kane could look at that role in a legendary club with better chances of winning trophies with a sense of curiosity, since it offers him a stage that few clubs can match. Additionally, the 32-year-old might feel tempted by the idea of leading their attack even though his long-held ambition of surpassing Shearer remains part of his story, and this situation leaves him with a tricky choice. Nevertheless, Kane still stands among the finest strikers anywhere because he finishes with confidence, he reads the situation of matches with strong awareness, and he keeps influencing games long after others fade. Total commitment: Barcelona midfielder shows up to training on an off day. The majority of the Barcelona players right now are busy representing their nations in the ongoing November international break, while others are sidelined due to injury. Coach Hansi Flick had initially scheduled days of training for players who are not part of the international break, after which a holiday was given today. Marc Casado shows up to train. However, as reported by Sport, Marc Casado was seen showing up for training today, even on a day when all Barcelona players were given an off. Casado voluntarily showed up to the Ciutat Esportiva at 9 in the morning, choosing to dedicate the day to extra work rather than rest. He changed into his kit and went out onto the pitch to complete recovery and maintenance exercises. Casado's commitment is not surprising, as he has reportedly responded admirably to everything Hansi Flick has asked of him in recent weeks. For the German coach, while respecting mandatory rest periods is essential, he greatly appreciates that players like Casado decide to train on their own initiative. Casado, who could soon be up for a pay raise, was not entirely alone, however. Midfielders Gavi and Marc Bernal were also observed at the facilities this morning. Bernal, in particular, had played a training match with the reserve team yesterday to regain match fitness, as he has not been securing regular minutes with the senior squad this season. The squad will officially return to collective training on Monday to begin preparations for the crucial November 22nd match against Athletic Club. Due to the international schedule, several international players will not yet be available, meaning it could prove to be a great opportunity for Casado to continue his starting role in the Barcelona team. Barcelona fans often forget that Pedri isn't actually a La Masia graduate. He just plays like someone who grew up in the club's academy. But among the many youngsters who did come through La Masia, one talent has really stood out to him. In a recent YouTube interview, Pedri was asked to choose his favorite current La Masia product, and he didn't hesitate. He immediately mentioned Dro Fernandez, the 17-year-old midfielder who has been training with the first team all season. Despite his young age, Dro has already made 3 senior appearances and even delivered an assist on his Champions League debut, showcasing his incredible potential. Pedri praised Dro's natural quality and the ease with which he handles the ball, a sign that Barcelona might have another future star rising through their academy. Pedri is impressed by Dro's ability and how easy the youngster makes things look. The one I like the most is Dro. He's very good, he has a lot of quality and it seems like he doesn't struggle with things. Dro has certainly shown a lot of promise despite limited playing time so far, and Hansi Flick will continue to look for the right time to give him more opportunities. And if Dro has the Pedri stamp of approval, it's safe to say he's a really good midfielder. And that's the full story. Harry Kane's £57 million release clause has officially set Europe on fire, with Barcelona preparing a bold summer move and Manchester United quietly positioning themselves for a blockbuster bid. Pedri has spoken, the youngsters are rising, and the battle for one of the world's best strikers is only just beginning. Who do you think Kane should join, Barcelona or Manchester United? Drop your opinion in the comments. I read every single one. If you enjoyed this update, make sure to like, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest Barça and United transfer news. More massive updates are coming very soon. Stay tuned.